Hello boys and girls, welcome back. So in this class, we will be starting with a new chapter in Companies Act. When I say chapter, it means chapter as per Companies Act, not as per our materials. So Companies Act is divided into 29 chapters. This is what I have already told you in my introductory classes. So chapter number 8 is what we will be focusing today. So chapter 8 of Companies Act focuses on dividends. So in fact, chapter 8 the heading is declaration and payment of dividends. Declaration and payment of dividends. And this chapter runs from section 123 से लेकर 127. So to be precise, we have 5 sections to deal with. Very simple sections they are, sir, and very interesting they are, sir. Okay. Now along with that, we will be also reading their corresponding rules. So rules are given in the company's declaration and payment of dividend rules 2014. And maybe if at all articles contain some provisions with respect to dividend, then this has to be also be done. So whenever somebody is studying about dividend, sir, so these are the 3 sources he should look into it. So first he should refer section 123 se lekar 127, then he should refer the corresponding rules, then he should refer what are the regulations which are given in the articles of association of that particular company. So these are the sources of study for one particular person, sir. So we are also reading the law only, we are interpreting the law only. So for us also these are the 3 sources. Anyway, articles के ऊपर I will not focus more, sir, because we are not covering any practical scenario. So articles of association में they may have, मतलब different companies may have different regulations in their articles. That is different thing. If at all company adopts whatever are the model articles which are given in our schedule 1 table F, so then company limited by shares I am talking about, then in that case most of the companies will have same articles, sir. Anyway, so our source of study, matlab for our exam, what more important is these 2 sources, sir, 123 se lekar 127 and corresponding rules. And when I talk about rules also, more important rule is rule number 3, sir. Okay, remaining all are chit put points only, sir, but most important is rule number 3, sir. Okay, so without wasting time, let us start the discussion, sir. So can I say investors, investor bolo, yeah, you can say shareholder or members. So these people have invested in the share capital of the company. Share capital of the company, sir. So obviously when company is getting the money from the members, so obviously they will be using this money for conducting their business operations, sir, by which they may earn some profits, sir. So don't you think this profits has to be now shared with the real owners or not, sir? Okay, whenever I talk about members, here we are more focusing on equity shareholders, not preference shareholders. Preference shareholders will anyway get fixed amount as dividend in the form of interest, sir. So we already know that 8% preference shareholders, 10% preference shareholders. So that 8% or 10% coupon rate is nothing but what, sir? Fixed commitment which company has to give to whom, sir? These people, sir. Preference shareholders. But can I say whenever we issue equity share capital, we don't say 2% equity share capital, 5% equity share capital, sir. So there is no fixed commitment, sir. So it depends on our profits, sir, and it depends on what is proposed by board of directors. Anyway, so that profits company has generated, now that profits company wants to share with whom, sir? Their owners. Sir, that sharing of profits ko we name as dividend. Okay, so whatever profits you are sharing, usko हमने नाम दिया dividends, sir. So we are declaring dividends to whom, sir? Our owners or our members. Okay, very good. So this is one point which we have to understand. Now, sir, when we study section 123 se lekar 127, most of the time you will come across some words, sir. Okay, so first is board of directors are the one who will recommend or who will propose what, sir? Dividend. It is board of directors who will recommend or propose the rate of dividend. So how much dividend company wants to pay, this decision is always taken by whom, sir? Board of directors, sir. Okay, very good. Second, sir, can I say board of directors have only proposed? Say for example, board of directors have proposed 10% rate of dividends. Very good. Now, so iska matlab 10% will be paid? No. So in the AGM, in the what is a shareholders meeting, sir. Now shareholders have to now authorize, or you can say shareholders have to now approve. What, sir? The resolution. What resolution? Resolution to pay dividend at the rate of 10%, sir. So for which we require ordinary resolution, sir. Once the shareholders agree, so that means company has now declared the dividend, sir. Okay, so here most important point what you have to understand is board of directors have recommended the rate of dividend and AGM shareholders have declared the dividend, sir. So it is not board of directors who have declared the dividend, it is the shareholders who have declared the dividend, sir. So can I say activity number 1 was what, sir? Proposing the rate of dividend. Activity number 2 was declaring the dividend, sir. And what would be the activity number 3, sir? Now company has to pay the dividend, sir. Company has to pay the dividend, sir. So can I say whenever we talk about declaration and payment of dividends, sir, so here we are focusing on 3 main activities. Activity number 1 mein, can I say somebody has to propose or somebody has to recommend the rate of dividend, sir. And second, that rate of dividend has to be now declared in the meeting, sir. So this is formal declaration, sir. And third, it has to be paid. Now the question is, how much rate of dividend has to be given? Why board of directors have to decide? See, logic is very simple. Who is running the affairs of the company? Who knows more about the company, sir? Obviously the board of directors. Can I say shareholders will invest the money in the company and they don't interfere into day-to-day affairs of the company, sir. So obvious logic is they don't have more knowledge about the business operations, sir. And can I say because they don't have knowledge more about the business operations, they themselves have appointed these directors, sir. So can I say these directors, this management of the company has more better idea with respect to business operations. So how much dividend should be given, how much dividend should not be given? So can I say lawmakers said this right we want to give only to whom, sir? Directors, sir. Clear, bacha? Next. So whatever rate of dividend board of directors have proposed in their meeting, sir, now can I say in the shareholders meeting, that is in the AGM, sir, now shareholders have to decide ki whether whatever rate they have said on that shall we make the payment or not, sir. So on this ordinary resolution will be passed. Once the ordinary resolution is passed, whatever proposed is now declared, sir. And jaise this is declared, sir, now company has to pay it, sir. So there is no second go that once the dividend is declared, company can revoke it. Revocation of dividend is not possible. So you will find sufficient wordings in section number 127, sir. So section number 127 may it is clearly mentioned that once the dividend is declared, company has to pay the dividend within 30 days. Though 5 exceptions are given, sir, but there I can say exception is not with respect to revocation of dividend, sir. Meaning company has to make the payment. Company has to make the payment within 30 days, sir. Yes, if company does not make the payment within 30 days, then this will be a contravention of section 127. ऐसे केस में company has to pay simple interest also and directors के ऊपर penalties will also be levied, sir. However, in 5 cases, है ना, it will be said that company did not contravene, sir. In other words, that punishment will not be levied on the company or directors, sir. So that doesn't mean, that means what? Revocation of dividend is not possible. Once you declare the dividend, you have to pay it, sir. Okay, very good, sir. So company has to pay, sir. Okay, now you might have also read. Now what I will do, sir, I will be not discussing the entire chapter now, sir. First I will be giving you a brief about. So once you understand all this briefing, sir, then what our job would be, we will complete those sections and by reading it, sir. Okay, now sir, most of the time you might have heard about now dividends. We generally refer into final dividend, and you might be knowing all these things, sir. And we also term this as interim dividend. So there is something called final dividend, there is something called interim dividend, sir. Okay, one. Okay. Now what is final dividend, sir? Can I say this is the dividend? This is the dividend which is declared this is the dividend which is declared by members in the AGM, in the annual general meeting of the company. Annual general meeting of the company, sir. So here most important point what you have to understand is members AGM, sir. So final dividend is declared by members and it is declared in the AGM, sir. Okay, sir, what about interim dividend? Sir, it is a dividend, it is a dividend which is declared by board of directors. This is a dividend which is declared by board of directors, and obviously when board of directors are declaring it, it will be in the board meeting only, sir. But it is in between two AGMs, in between two AGMs, sir. In other words, so can I say whatever is declared in the AGM, that is final dividend. Whatever is declared in between the AGM, sir, that is what I mean by interim dividend, sir. For example, company has conducted their 74th AGM on 30th September 2023, sir. Okay, so that is there, sir. So AGM is done. So here dividend was declared. This will be final dividend, sir. This will be final dividend, sir. And next AGM is due on 30th 9 2024, sir. Sir, that is next AGM, sir. Okay, so this will become our 75th AGM. Any dividend which is declared in between this period, that is what I mean by interim dividend, sir. So you can also say any dividend which is declared between two final dividends, that is also an interim dividend, sir. So can I say this is final dividend? It means what? Previous financial year ka closure has happened, sir, and previous financial year mein whatever dividend we were supposed to pay, we have paid off, sir. So next whatever we pay is interim dividend, and again when we are paying in the AGM, that will become our final dividend, sir. I hope this is understandable. So more about this when we read the section you will understand. First I am just trying to give you a briefing, sir, so that you form one opinion, sir. Okay, now so we have understood dividends are of two types. One is final dividend, one is interim dividend. Final dividend is the dividend which is declared by whom, sir? Members, and where? In the meeting, general shareholders meeting, sir. So whenever dividend is declared by board of directors, and that too in between two AGMs, sir, then that is what I mean by interim dividend, sir. I hope this is understandable, sir. So now my question to you people is, sir, just now I told you activity number 1, activity number 2, activity number 3, sir. So I said there are 3 stages or 3 activities which are performed for payment of dividends, sir. Sir, now just apply your brains and tell me these 3 activities I said from final dividend point of view or interim dividend point of view, sir. Okay, now please apply your brains, sir. So final dividend, so obviously rate of dividend, who will decide? Board of directors. That rate pay, who will confirm, sir? Shareholders, and then that has to be paid, sir. So 3 stages will always be performed for final dividend, sir. But interim dividend, sir, now tell me, sir, interim dividend mein, do you think shareholders ka approval is required? No, there is no requirement of approval of shareholders, sir. So in other words, the rate of dividend will be recommended by board of directors only, and it will be paid, matlab declared by board of directors only, sir. So can I say whatever activity 1 and activity 2 earlier, where we have seen there were 2 stages, sir, but here both activities will happen on that day only. Whatever will be the rate, they will only recommend and they will only declare also, sir. So can I say board of directors have declared it, and then we have to make the payment, sir. I hope this is clear, sir. So can I say final dividend mein 3 stages will be performing, but interim dividend mein 2 stages will be performing, sir. So this one understanding you should have. So interim dividend is never declared in the shareholders meeting, sir. Interim dividend is always declared by board of directors in the board meeting. So that clarity you should always have, sir. So I hope you might be writing along with me. If not, you may pause this video and then make down the notings, sir. Clear? Okay. Agla point, sir. Sir, so by this time we have got one clarity ki always rate ka proposal will always come from whom, sir? Board of directors. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So board of directors will recommend or board of directors will propose. So what they will be proposing, sir, ki how much should be the rate of dividend, sir. Sir, on this proposal, shareholders will be giving their agreement, sir, by passing a resolution. So this resolution will be ordinary, sir, and then company is going to make the payment, sir. Okay, and already a small understanding we have 30 days. 30 days from where, sir? Date of declaration. So can I say shareholders here has declared. So from the date of declaration, now next 30 days may company has to make the payment. This clarity we got from section 127. Small snippets I have given you with respect to 127 also. Okay, very good, sir. Now, sir, is it possible that the board of directors are not recommending but still shareholders want a dividend, sir? Is it possible? Answer is no. Can I say stage 2 will happen only if stage 1 has happened? So if stage 1 itself has not happened, board of directors have not recommended any dividend, sir, so do you think there will be any declaration of dividend? Answer is no, sir. And so you did not pass your inter only. Do you think you will be writing your final exam? Answer is no, sir. So obviously CS executive ho ya CA inter ho ya CMA inter ho, you have to clear this inter exam to write your final exam, sir. So no, I will not write inter, I will directly write final. So that will not suffice, sir. So this you have to understand. So now my question to you people is, do you think can shareholder force the board of directors to propose the rate of dividend? Answer is no. So whether dividend should be declared or not declared, it is the complete discretion of the board of directors, sir. Agreed? So you cannot force, shareholders cannot force whom, sir? Directors of the company ki kya hai bhai, you have earned this much bumper profits, why are you not appropriating this profits, why are you not sharing these profits with us, hai na? Nahi, you are waste people, not possible. Aisa you can't do, sir. Okay, so whether to declare the dividend or whether to plow back the profits. So you know, if you don't declare the dividend, matlab we are keeping this money in the business of the company only. So whether to declare or whether to plow back the profits, it is the complete idea, complete discretion of whom, sir? Board of directors. Reason, they know more about the business compared to whom, sir? Shareholders. That is different thing. And a good dividend paying company will always attract new investors, sir. And so if at all you have to attract the investor, obviously we will be seeing one of the track record, which is whether company is paying dividends properly or not. So generally board of directors recommends the rate of dividend, and generally these dividends are getting paid, reason to see that we attract more and more investors, but it is not compulsory that company should declare the dividends. So this one point you should understand. So if at all a question comes, can shareholders force the board of directors to recommend the dividend? Answer is no. They cannot force this, sir. Okay, so this is one point which you have to understand. Okay, very good. Agla point, sir. Sir, how much rate of dividend can be declared, sir? Matlab, is there any compulsion? Matlab, is there anything that we have to declare this much only? Say for example, can we declare 100% rate of dividend? Matlab, what do you mean by 100% rate of dividend? Or can we declare like this, ki entire 100% of current year profits we want to declare in the form of dividend, sir? Is this possible? Answer is yes. Sir, in fact, you will find some companies declaring 150% also, sir. Okay, so aisa nahi hai ki it cannot be paid. Now remember, rate of dividend we will be calculating on capital, sir. Okay, here I was talking about 100% profits. So let's take one example to clear this confusion, sir. So company has earned profits of 100 crores after tax, after depreciation. Okay, now, so after tax, after depreciation, they have earned profits of 100 crores. Can they declare entire amount as dividend, sir? Is this any compulsion that we have to transfer some amount to reserves? Answer is no. There is no compulsion, sir. Earlier it used to be, but now there is no compulsion, sir. So entire 100 crores company can declare in the form of dividend, sir. So there is no, what you say, restrictions on how much amount you have to give for dividend, sir. Barabar, must do, sir, hai na? So not at all a problem, sir. So imagine a scenario. Now, company has declared a rate of dividend. Now, board of directors have declared a rate of dividend as 10%. Shareholders obviously can approve for 10%. Okay, so this is allowed. They can approve it for 10%, sir. Sir, can they increase it to 18%? This is not allowed. You already know this. 18% not allowed. In other words, whatever rate is proposed by board of directors, you can confirm that or you can reduce that. You can reduce that. This is allowed, this is allowed, but what is not allowed, you cannot increase it, sir. Okay, now the question is, sir, किधर लिखा है, where it is written in the law कि this cannot be done, sir. Now you will be finding all students will be telling this कि board of directors have proposed one rate of dividend, shareholders has to pay that rate of, मतलब shareholders can approve for that rate or lower rate is allowed but higher rate is not allowed. Remember, this is nowhere written in the law. Companies Act में कोई section, no, nothing, मतलब no section talks about this particular aspect, sir. So here we will be referring to table F. Table F में there is a regulation called regulation number 80. There you will be getting this clarity, sir. Okay, so Companies Act में nowhere it is mentioned that कि what is say shareholders cannot increase the rate which is proposed by board of directors, sir. But they can pay at the same rate or they can declare at the same rate or lower rate, sir. So this type of clarity you will be getting from table F, what do you say, regulation number 80, and table F is nothing but schedule 1, sir. Okay, so schedule 1 में table F is talking about what, sir? Model articles, and model articles of company limited by shares, उसमें regulation number 80 you see, you will find the clarity, sir. Okay, so this was one small understanding which I wanted to give you, sir. Okay, अगला point, sir. Sir, now my question to you people is this. Sir, company wants to pay dividend. Company wants to pay dividend. So this dividend is paid on what? Is this dividend paid on capital of the company or this dividend is paid on profits of the company, sir? Okay. Are we paying dividend on the capital of the company? मतलब company is having some share capital. Are we paying this dividend on the capital of the company or we are paying this dividend from the profits of the company? Obviously not the capital of the company. We are paying this dividend from the profits of the company, sir. Is this point clear, sir? Okay. Okay. Hello. That is one point. Can a loss-making company declare dividends? Is what my question is, sir. So company has incurred loss for the year for which they want to declare the dividends, sir. Can that company also declare a dividends? So generally a question will come in the minds of students. How is this possible? Loss incurred, how can they declare a dividend? But can I say you have to also see the track record of the company. Maybe in the past they are having sufficient profits, sir. So from that profits they want to declare the dividend. Is this allowed? Answer is yes. Remember, I am talking about past profits, sir. So previous year profits which are not transferred to reserves. I am very, very particular about this line. So can company declare profits? Can company declare dividends from the previous year profits? Yes. So previous year profits. But which profits? Which are not transferred to any reserves. Which are not transferred to any reserves, sir. So you can declare profits also. So in other words, can a loss making company, matlab current year mein they have incurred a loss, can they declare dividends, sir? Answer is yes, from the previous year profits which are not transferred to reserves. Sir, why are you focusing more on not transferred to reserves, not transferred to reserve? So if it is transferred to reserves, so do you think from those reserves also can we declare the dividend? Answer is yes, but with restriction. Answer is yes, but with restriction. Is this point clear, bacha? So what is that I want to talk about, sir? Okay, so a clarity I will give you, sir. So let's take example like this, sir. So we are talking about financial year 2020-2023. Okay, we are talking about 2020-2023, sir. So for this financial year we want to declare dividend, and remember I will be not focusing more on interim dividend now. First I will discuss provisions with respect to final dividend. Whenever I say interim dividend, specifically I will say that I am talking about interim dividend, sir. Otherwise you focus more ki this discussion is with respect to final dividend, sir. Okay, so financial year 2023 hai, sir. Now this is start of that financial year. Sorry, 2023 कैसा होता भाई? This is called सस्ता नशा, है ना? So 2021 we are talking about, sir. Okay, and then you have 31st March 2021. Okay, very nice sir. अब this company का say for example AGM happens on 30th September 2021. So here company wants to declare final dividend sir. Company wants to declare final dividend sir. Now sir, final dividend they want to declare. Now final dividend will be paid out of the profits sir. So this particular financial year, this particular current year, because this is the current year for which we are now talking about final dividend sir. Sir, maybe company might have earned profits. Okay, so if company might have earned profits, so obviously from such profits I can pay. Okay, allowed, not at all a problem. So if company has earned profits of 10 crores, I can pay dividend of 10 crores, allowed, not at all a problem sir. Okay, this is one. But imagine a scenario, company wants to declare a dividend of 15 crores sir. Company wants to declare a dividend of 15 crore, or let's take scenario based sir. Okay, so scenario 1, is this allowed? Yes, this is allowed sir. Now imagine this is scenario 1 sir. Scenario 2, company has incurred loss. So during the year company has incurred loss sir. So in this, these are all past year profits. Okay, so past year profits may imagine here transferred to reserves, and whenever I say reserves, they are all free reserves or general reserves sir. Matlab they are not reserves for a specific purpose sir. So they are free reserves. See, generally why we keep money in reserves sir? For meeting some unwanted contingencies which can happen in the future sir. Okay, or for meeting some unwanted contingencies, unwanted specific contingencies sir. Okay, so here reserves can be also two types. One is general reserve, one is specific reserve. General matlab no purpose is defined, just set aside has happened. Specific matlab for this particular purpose only this reserve has been created. So I am talking about that reserve which is general or free reserve sir. Okay, so imagine company mein profits tha 100 crores, of which they have transferred to free reserves 70 crores. Okay, and they are having accumulated profits. They are having accumulated profits of, say for example, now obviously 100 hai to this will be 30 crores sir. So now my question to you people is, sir, current year mein to company has incurred loss, so obviously from current year profits, so they can't pay sir. So can they pay dividends from past year profits? Answer is allowed. So this is also allowed sir. So past year profits say they can pay sir. Can they pay dividends from reserves also? Now remember sir, these reserves are free reserves only sir. But can I say if you declare it from the reserves, if you draw from the reserves sir, obviously reserve balance will come down. So you have put the money in the reserve for meeting unwanted contingencies, but today you are using these reserves to pay the dividends sir. So we are drawing the amount from these reserves and then we are making the payment sir. So is this allowed? Answer is yes, but here some restrictions are there sir. Okay, some restrictions are there sir. So here yes, we can use it with restrictions sir. Here we can use it, no restrictions sir, no restrictions sir. So in other words 100% I can use it sir. So for example current year mein we have got 10 crores ka profit. Last year mein matlab accumulated profits are 30 crores. So do you think here 40 crores ka dividend can be declared? Answer is yes sir. So do you think here losses mein 30 crores ka dividend can be declared? Answer is yes. More than 30 crores is possible? Yes, because you are touching the reserves. But as a situation where losses with restrictions sir, matlab we will not allow you to declare dividend more, matlab 30 crores tak to you can declare, more than that also is possible, but how much we will put some restrictions on that. And all these restrictions are given in rule number 3. Okay, rule of what? Rule 3 of what sir? So obviously start of the class only I told you the company's bracket mein declaration and payment of dividend rules 2014 sir. Okay, so uska rule number 3 is what we will be talking about. So this rule mein you will be having 4 sub rules. Sub rule number 1, sub rule number 2, sub rule number 3, sub rule number 4. So here we will be getting 3 limits, so we have to comply with all those limits and then we will do the calculation. You will understand more better when I discuss this, but just now ek opinion I have to form sir. I hope this is clear sir. Okay, so let's conclude. What did I say here? So what are the sources of dividend? So if company wants to pay the dividend, what are the sources, sir? So obviously source number one is current year profits. Correct or not, sir? So source number one is current year profits. You can use current year profits. Source number two is past year profits. Source number two is past year profits. So can I use this word profits? Okay. So when I say profits, company can pay dividend out of profits. So when I say out of profits, it can be current year profits or past year profits. Sir, do you think a combination of 1 and 2 is also allowed? Answer is yes. This is also allowed, sir. So you can pay dividend from the current year profits and last year profits also, sir. Okay. Now, remember whenever I said past year profits, which profits? Not transferred to reserves. Not transferred to reserves, sir. Clear, bacha? Next. And remember, whenever I say profits, this is profits calculated in the P&L account of the company, sir. Okay. And fourth wala, so there is some source, some special point is there, sir, which we will discuss. So you will have some guarantee amount given by, so I just write this, I am not explaining now, guarantee amount given by government, sir. Okay. So fourth source ke liye we will discuss this. So all this thing I am discussing from section 123 subsection 1 to be very precise, sir. Anyway, so what are the sources of dividend, sir? So these are the sources from where I can pay the dividend, sir. So out of current year profits, past year profits, combination of 1 and 2, and fourth source is guarantee amount given by government, sir. Okay. So these are the four sources from which I can pay the dividend, sir. I hope this is clear. Okay, bacha. Now, agla point, sir. So now, okay, let's talk more further, sir. So what I will do is I will discuss this reserves wala. Just now I told you, no, restrictions. Let's talk about those restrictions also. So let us try to see like this, sir. Sir, company has earned the profits or करंट ईयर में losses are there, sir. Okay, very good. So can I say source 1 is not there? What is source 1? Current year profits are not there. Next, sir, past year profits are, say for example, 0, not there, sir. So can I say source 2 is also not there, sir? Okay. So company wants to draw amount from reserves. Company wants to draw amount from reserves, sir. Okay. Which reserves? Sir, remember, notional reserves not allowed. What do you mean by notional reserves? Say revaluation of fixed assets you have done, sir. So after doing the revaluation, you have found that key asset value has increased. So uska corresponding what you say effect you will be giving to revaluation reserves, sir. So these are all notional reserves. Okay. So notional reserves I am not talking about. So I am talking about that reserves which are free reserves, that reserves which are general reserves, sir. Okay. So company has actually earned profits of those previous years, and then they have transferred this money to a transfer this money for reserves, sir. See, simple ma. Whenever we get any money from elders, say for example during kids days I am talking about, sir, we got money from the elders. So imagine 100 rupees pocket money we have received, or 100 rupees some amount they have given us, sir. So हम क्या करते थे, sir? 60-70 rupees we used to spend, 30 rupees we used to keep in the piggy bank. So this general reserve or free reserve is money which is kept in that piggy bank, sir. Okay, that's it. So can I say piggy bank ko when you will touch, sir? So whenever we are in urgent requirement of money, then only we will be, मतलब वो हुंडी को तोड़ते and then we will be receiving the money, sir. So same logic is here also. So today whatever general reserve company has created, whatever free reserves company has created, today we are touching that, sir. So can I say whenever we are touching that, है ना? So here there is a restriction on payment of dividend. There is a restriction on payment of dividend, sir. So this restriction is given in rule number 3. Okay. So let us see what are those restrictions, sir. So this we will read it from the material, sir. चलिए, तो अब ध्यान से देखना, declaration of dividend out of reserves. Okay, so we are talking about section 123 subsection 1, sir. Okay, now, so declaration of dividend out of reserves. In the event of inadequacy or absence of profits, absence of profits matlab profits are zero or profits are negative, in other words losses. Inadequacy matlab kya? We are not having sufficient amount. We are not having sufficient amount. Imagine during the year company has earned profits of 10 rupees only, sir. Okay, or 1000 rupees only, 1 lakh rupees only, sir, and we want to declare dividend more, sir. So can I say we are not having adequate profits or we are having no profits? So in the event of inadequacy or in the event of absence of profits in any year, any company proposes to declare a dividend out of accumulated profits earned by it in the previous years and transferred by the company to free reserves. So these are the key words which we have to remember: out of, and transferred to free reserves. So these are the words which are more important, sir. So last year, matlab last any years may you have earned profits and those profits are transferred to free reserves, sir. Okay, transferred to free reserves. Then, so you can declare dividends by satisfying the following conditions. So you can declare a dividend by satisfying the following conditions. I hope this is clear, sir. So what this particular rule is talking about, sir? Rule number 3 we are focusing on, sir. So company can, so this conditions are given in rule number 3, sir. So company can pay dividend, matlab company can use reserves to pay dividends, sir, by fulfilling the conditions given in rule number 3, sir. So when will this happen, sir? If company has no profits, that is inadequate profits or absence of profits. So inadequate profits or absence of profits situation mein company still wants to pay dividends, sir. And pay dividends from what? From the reserves. So pay dividend from those profits which are transferred to reserves. So can I say, can company pay dividend? Answer is yes, but company has to fulfill these conditions, sir. Okay, let's see condition number 1. What is the condition number 1? Condition 1 is talking about rate of dividend. The rate of dividend, so more important word is how much rate can be, sir. The rate of dividend declared shall not exceed the average of dividend rates declared in the 3 years immediately preceding that year, sir. Okay, so in other words they are saying that whatever current year के dividend, whatever current year के लिए you are declaring the dividend, sir, so immediate past 3 preceding years का rate you see, उस rate का average you take, that should be the rate at which you declare dividend for the current year. However is nothing but we are having what, sir? Certain proviso. So this is proviso to sub rule number 1 of rule number 3, sir. Okay, so rule 3 में this is sub rule number 1. This sub rule को this proviso is there, sir. However, this sub rule shall not apply if the company has not declared any dividend in each of the 3 preceding financial years, sir. In other words, sub rule number 1 will not apply if in last 3 preceding financial year company did not declare any dividend. Now, I am just reading it, sir. Maybe you understand, maybe you don't understand, but you will get full clarity once I take one practical sum on this, sir. Because these are some provisions which you cannot understand if I don't take any practical sum, sir. Okay, so don't worry about it. First we are just reading it, sir. So what is condition number 1 talking about, or what is sub rule number 1 talking about? Rule 3 sub rule number 1. So sub rule number 1 is talking, or it is putting one limit. So can I say this is one limit? So what is the rate of dividend for the current financial year? Current financial year का rate of dividend is equal to rate of average of dividend for the preceding 3 financial years, sir. Okay. Sir, then we have sub rule number 2, sir. Now remember, sub rule 2 will not give you limit. Sub rule 2 will give you one amount which will be used for sub rule number 3, and it is sub rule 3 which will be giving you the limit, sir. Okay, again. Sub rule 2 will not give you any limit. Sub rule 2 will only give you one amount. That amount will be used by sub rule number 3, and then sub rule 3 will give you one limit. How? Let's read it. The total amount to be drawn. Remember, never use a word withdrawn. Okay, don't use a word withdraw. So we are drawing from the reserves. We are not withdrawing the reserves, sir. See, remember, in ATM we withdraw the money. We are getting the cash, है ना? So there you use withdraw, that is okay. But from free reserves, can I say we are not getting cash, sir? Okay. So free reserves say you are drawing the money, sir. So always ensure that you use the language given by the lawmakers, sir. The total amount to be drawn from where? From the accumulated profits. Now remember, which accumulated profits we are talking about? That accumulated profits which are transferred to free reserves, sir. So what it is, sir? The total amount to be drawn from the accumulated profits shall not exceed how much? 1 by 10 matlab 10%. 10% of what? Paid up share capital and free reserves as per the latest audited financial statement, sir. So in other words, it is saying what, sir? How much money you can draw from the free reserves, sir. So how much money I can use? So 10% of paid up share capital plus free reserves. Is this a limit? No. Now you see, sir, the amount so drawn matlab 10% of paid up share capital plus free reserves. The amount so drawn shall be first utilized to set off. Set off matlab kya, sir? Adjust. Adjust what? So there was small power outage now. So let's continue our discussion. So we were saying that sub rule 2 is not giving you a limit. Sub rule 2 is only talking about one particular amount, sir. Now the amount which you will draw from the reserve, then that amount whatever you have drawn, sub rule 3, what it says, the amount so drawn shall first be utilized to set off the losses incurred in the financial year. In other words, current year mein whatever losses if company has incurred, that loss ko you have to adjust against the amount so drawn, sir. Okay, in which the dividend is to be declared before any dividend in respect of equity shareholders is declared, sir. Okay, so in other words, if 10% of paid up share capital plus free reserves, what you got is, say for example 5 crores, current year losses you have got is 1 crore, sir. So 4 crores. So can I say this is what the limit is? So we have got limit number 1, we have got limit number 1, sir, we have got limit number 2. Okay. Third, the balance of reserves after withdrawal. So this is balance of reserves. Now tell me, sir, today you are using money, or you are drawing this amount from the reserves. So don't you think your reserve balance will be lower or not, sir? Simple. Opening balance was some amount, sir. Now don't you think today you are using reserves to declare the dividend, sir? So obviously once you use the reserves to declare the dividend, your closing balance will be lower. Now the question is, what could be the extent? What is the maximum extent that your closing balance can be lower, sir? Okay, so this is what fourth point is talking about. The balance of reserves after the withdrawal. Now can I say you are withdrawing the amount? Balance of reserves after the withdrawal shall not fall below 15% of its paid up share capital, sir. Okay, now remember here limit is with respect to only paid up share capital, not writing free reserves, sir. So in other words, what should be your closing reserve balance? Now what do you mean by closing reserve balance? That is reserve balance after withdrawal of money, sir. Withdrawal of money to, sorry, again I am using the word withdrawal. So closing balance after drawal of money to declare the dividend from the reserves as appearing in the latest audited financial statement, sir. Okay, so this will give you one more limit, sir. So this will be your limit number 3. So now the point is, should you fulfill any one condition or all the conditions, sir? All the conditions. Now tell me, sir, if limit 1 the amount which you get is 10 crores and limit 2 matlab whatever sub rule 3 say you are getting some limit, sir, amount you are getting is 15 crores. Now tell me, sir, if you give 15 crores, so in other words you are fulfilling condition number 3 but not fulfilling condition number 1, sir. Agreed or not? So you have to fulfill all the conditions. So in other words it should be 10 crores only. Agreed? Similarly, if imagine condition number 4 say you are getting 60 crores. So now don't you think, sir, if I give as per condition number 4, then condition 4 is fulfilled but 1, 2, 3 is not fulfilled, sir. So in other words, we have to ensure that we are fulfilling all the conditions. So in other words, lower of 3 limits is our answer, sir. So this is the amount which you can draw from what is say free reserves to declare the dividend. In other words, whatever amount comes, this is the maximum dividend which company can pay to their shareholders, sir. I hope this is clear. Okay, bacha. Now, so again, let's try to recall. Then I will give you one example also. Let's try to recall. What are the four amounts, sir? Four amounts, three limits. Four conditions, three limits, sir. So condition number one, sir. So condition number one is talking about rate of dividend, sir. So what would be your current rate of dividend? Current rate of dividend will depend on last 3 years ka rate of dividend. So last 3 years mein whatever rate of dividend was there, uska average we will take. That should be our rate of dividend for current year, sir. Second point, what is a condition, sir. So whatever amount which you are drawing from the reserves, whatever amount you are drawing from the reserves, this is how much it should be, sir. What it is, 10% of what? Two things, paid up share capital plus free reserves. Third point is, third sub rule is saying what? Whatever amount which you have drawn, you have to use for setting off of current year loss. This is our limit number 2, sir. This is how much we can pay the dividend. And then we have fourth limit, then we have sub rule number 4, which is giving you third limit, sir, which says ki balance of reserves after drawing the money. Balance of reserves after drawing the money. How much it should be, sir? 15% of paid up share capital, sir. I hope this is clear, sir. Okay. So let's try to do this with the help of one particular example, sir. So at the end of this chapter, I have given you one particular question, sir. Okay. So kindly please go through this question. Okay, now, so this question we have to answer considering what, sir? Rule number 3. Considering rule number 3, sir. Let's see. How much dividend? How much matlab maximum dividend we are talking about, sir. So how much dividend company can propose or give to their shareholders for the financial year 2018-19? So this is our current financial year, sir. So if required, you may just draw the diagram, sir. So 1/4/2018 से लेकर 31st March 2019, sir. This is our current financial year. Maybe this is our AGM. Now we want to declare it, sir. So obviously this year may either profits are inadequate or profits are not there, sir. Okay, losses are there, sir. So this year may, let's see, 20 lakhs ka loss has incurred. Okay, very good, sir. So company has incurred a loss of 20 lakhs. Nice. So paid up share capital is given, free reserves is given, securities premium is given. Company proposes, matlab this is what they intend. This is what they intend. Whether this is allowed or not, we will check, sir. Company proposes a rate of dividend of 10%, sir. Okay, very good. Last 5 years rate of dividend is given, sir. So do you think last 5 years rate of dividend is required? Answer is yes, because they want to use reserves. So here, though question did not talk about, sir, we are assuming that accumulated profits are nil or accumulated profits are not there. What is accumulated profits? Past year profits which are not transferred to reserves are nil, sir. So free reserves are given. Very good, sir. Nice. So all this points are given in hand, sir. So what we have to do? We have to now do the calculation. So let's do the calculation. So what? I hope this is visible. Okay. So here what we will do, sir. First we will talk about rule number 3, sir. So rule number 3 may we are having sub rule number 1, sub rule number 2, sub rule number 3, sub rule number 4. Can I say sub rule 1 will give us one limit, sub rule 2 and 3 say third will give us some limit, and fourth will give us one limit, sir. Okay, and whatever is lowest is what we have to give, sir. So let's see what sub rule number 1 has to talk about. If you can recall what was written in sub rule number 1, sir, it was talking about rate of dividend. Okay, so what we have to do, current financial year. What is the current year, sir? 18-19. So last 3 years we have to talk about, sir. So 18-19 say last 3 years, how much it will be? Can I say 17-18, 17-18, 16-17, 15-16? So can I say whatever they have said, whatever they have given for 14-15 and 13-14 is of no use. So we have rate of dividend. How much, sir? 2.5 plus 7.5 plus 5 divided by 3 is equal to 15 by 3 is equal to 15 only. Yeah, 5%, sir. So how much can be the current year rate of dividend, sir? It can be 5% as per limit number 1. And what we will also do it, sir, we will calculate in terms of percentage also, in terms of amount also, sir. Matlab amount of dividend. This is rate of dividend. Now amount of dividend, how much it will be? 5% rate of dividend it can be. Now dividend you will declare on profits, sir. Dividend you will declare on the capital. Obviously, who will invest how much money, we will give that much dividend, sir. So here paid up share capital is given 5 crores. So 5 crores ka 5% is what we have to do, sir. So how much it will be? 5 crores ka 10% is 50 lakhs. So we are talking about 5%, sir. So 25 lakhs. Okay. So we have got one particular limit, sir. Very good. Now let us see second. Now what was that second sub rule, sir? So second sub rule was talking about what? How much amount which you can draw from the reserves. So amount to be drawn from reserves. So it did specify some limit, sir. How much amount which you can draw, sir? 10%. 10% of what? Paid up share capital plus free reserves. Now, how much is the paid up share capital, sir? 5 crores. And how much is the free reserve, sir? 1 crore. Securities premium, anyway, we have to not use it because it is of no use. It's just given to confuse people, sir. So this is of no use. Okay, so 6 crores ka 10% it is. Obviously, it will come around 60 lakhs. So this total 60 lakhs you will pay as dividend. Answer is no. Can I say then we have something called sub rule number 3, which said what? Whatever money which you have drawn, if current year may any losses are there, you have to set off that money towards that, sir. So can I say current year may losses are given as 20 lakhs. So here we will set off this. So which will come around 40 lakhs. Now, can I say 40 lakhs is what maximum dividend which can be paid, sir, as per sub rule number 3, sir. Now, sir, 40 lakhs you are paying. Now, let's put this in terms of percentage also. Okay, how you will calculate this, sir? So simple. 40 lakhs you are paying for how much paid up capital? 5 crores. So 40 lakhs divided by 5 crore into 100, sir. So what would be the rate of percentage, sir? Just I'll take calculator, 1 minute. So 40 divided by, so it's coming around somewhere 8%. We are doing both calculation. Amount also I am calculating and percentage also I am calculating, sir. Okay. Okay, very good. So sub rule number 3 is also over. Now let's talk about sub rule number 4. So what we remember with respect to sub rule number 4, sir? If sub rule 4 was talking about how much should be the closing balance of general reserve. How much should be the closing balance of general reserve? Sir, minimum it should be 15% of what? Paid up share capital, sir. Remember, it should be minimum 15% of paid up share capital, sir. Now, paid up share capital of the company is 5 crores. Uska 15% if I try to do, how much it will be? So 5 crore ka 10% is 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs divided by 2, 25. So 50 plus 25, 75 lakhs. So can I say opening balance? Now what do you mean by opening balance of reserve, sir? That is reserve balance before appropriation of dividend, or reserve balance before declaring the dividend, sir. So how much is the opening balance? How much is the opening balance? 1 crore, sir, right? So this was the limit which was given, this was the amount which was given, 1 crore. उसमें से closing balance is how much, sir? We have just calculated, इतना तो रहना, this is minimum which is required, 75 lakhs. So 25. So can I say this is what max dividend can be paid? So this is what max dividend can be paid, sir. So how much limit we have got as per sub rule number 4, sir? 25 lakhs. So now what we will do is we have to bring all the things together, sir. Now tell me, sir, as per rule 3 sub rule number 1, now this we will do in terms of percentage, in terms of amount, sir. So sub rule number 1 mein, if you recall, how much we have got, sir? 25 lakhs, 5%. 25 lakhs, and this was 5%. Sub rule number 2 mein, we did not get any limit, sir. So sub rule number 3, say we got one limit, sir. How much it was? 8% and 40 lakhs. So this was 8% and this was 40 lakhs. And fourth limit what we got was 25 lakhs. And we need not do calculation in terms of percentage because anyway we have, sir, 5%, sir. So can I say अब करना क्या है, sir? Can I say whatever we got उसका lowest, because we have to fulfill all the conditions, sir. So lowest will be how much, sir? 5% is equal to 25 lakhs. So now answer is how much maximum dividend company can pay, how much maximum dividend company can pay is equal to 25 lakhs, and which is nothing but rate of dividend will be 5%, sir. So this all you have to understand when you are touching the reserves. Now imagine a scenario, previous year profits are also there. Say for example, in the same question में एक small addition is also there, sir. Previous years profits not transferred to reserves. Previous year profits not transferred to reserves. Imagine 5 crores is there, sir. So how much dividend can pay, sir? Current year loss hai na, so total 5 crores I can pay, sir, because I am not touching the reserves only. So the point is rule 3 you will apply. Rule 3 you will apply. Restriction will be there on payment of dividend only if you are touching the reserves. अगर आप reserve को touch नहीं कर रहे हो, you are not touching the reserves, you are not drawing the money from the reserves, then ऐसे situation में there is no limit, sir. Clear? So company का proposal of declaring dividend of 10% is not feasible, sir. Okay, so company cannot declare dividend of 10%. Maximum rate of dividend can be 5% and maximum amount can be 25 lakhs. So this is what we have got as per rule 3 calculation, sir. So this is what you are supposed to write in the exam, sir. Okay, now अब what I will do is इसमें ना small changes I will try to make, sir, so that you get more concept clarity. Imagine a scenario, question says last 3 years में company did not declare any dividend. Last 3 years में company did not declare any dividend. मतलब question comes like this was question number 1, how much dividend company can declare. Question number 2, would your answer be different? Would your answer be different? Because question 1 में we have already got the answer, 25 lakhs 5%. Would your answer be different if company did not declare any dividend for the last 3 years, sir? Would your answer be different? Now let us see, would our answer be different? Last 3 years में company did not declare any dividend. Now tell me, sir, if last 3 years में company did not declare any dividend, so obviously you cannot calculate the average, because here also it will be 0, here also it will be 0, here also it will be 0, and total thing will be 0, sir. So whichever is lowest if you apply now, 0 will be lowest. In other words, current year में company cannot give dividend only. इसीलिए इफ यू रिमेंबर सर, रूल नंबर 3 सब रूल नंबर 1 में वी ऑल्सो हैड ए प्रोवाइजो. रूल नंबर 3 सब रूल नंबर 1 में we also had a proviso. What that proviso said, sir? In case company did not declare dividend for any of the financial year, in case company did not declare dividend for any of the preceding 3 financial year, in all the 3 preceding financial year, my apologies sir, in case company did not declare dividend for all the 3 preceding financial years, sir, then ऐसे situation में sub rule 1 will not apply. Now again kind attention towards this proviso. However, this sub rule shall not apply. This sub rule matlab sub rule number 1 shall not apply if the company has not declared any dividend in each matlab last 3, all I am talking about, sir. So last 3 में any year में you did not declare a dividend, sir. Sorry, again any I am using, sir. Last 3 years में, in all the 3 years you did not declare dividend, then है ना sub rule 1 का limit does not apply, sir. So now tell me, sir. Sir, in this case, what you have to say, sir, this limit will be not applicable, sir. So now you have to do calculation from 3 and 4 only. You have to do calculation from 3 and 4 only. I hope this is understood, sir. Clear, bacha? Now, so would your answer be different then? Would your answer be different? Answer is still the same. Company can still pay 5% is equal to 25 lakhs. Company can still pay 5% is equal to 25 lakhs, sir. Now imagine a scenario, I make one more modification in the question, sir. Okay, this is question number 3. So you may incorporate like this in your notebook, sir. Would your answer be different? Would your answer be different if company did not declare any dividend? Company did not declare any dividend in the year 2016-17. Okay, so in other words, here no dividend was declared, sir. Would your answer be different? Now tell me, sir. Sir, ऐसे situation में what would be the rate of dividend? Step 1. So can I say last 3 years we have to take 17-18, 16-17, 15-16. So 2.5 plus dash plus 5% divided by 3. So can I say it will be 7.5% divided by 3? Obviously 7.5% divided by 3. So it will come around 2.5%, sir. So don't you think ऐसे केस में this limit will now reduce, sir. So this will become 2.5% and 5 crore का 2.5% you will do, which will be around 12.50 lakhs, sir, or 12 lakhs 50,000. So ऐसे केस में it will be 12 lakhs 50,000 only, sir. It will be 12 lakhs 50,000 only. I hope you are understanding, sir. So what we have to check, what is the most important word here? Each. What is the most important word here, sir? Each. This is very, very important, sir. In other words, in each of the financial year में if you don't declare, है ना, you don't consider, but divided by 3 तो करना है आपको. Okay, देखो, however this sub rule shall not apply if company has not declared any dividend in each of the 3 financial year. मतलब all 3 you don't declare, then this sub rule does not apply. Any one financial year में you don't declare, this sub rule will apply, and you have to divide by 3 only, sir. So imagine, or further discussion I would like to give, sir. Yeah. So imagine, would your answer be different? Question goes like this. Would your answer be different if company did not declare dividend for 15-16 and 16-17, sir? Then as a situation, what will happen, sir? 17-18 only is the year for which dividend has been declared. So 2.5% divided by 3 is what you will be doing. So rate of dividend will be coming around 0.8%. This is how you have to do the calculation. And this is what the effect of that particular, proviso, sir. I hope this is clear. So proviso किसका? Proviso to sub rule number 1 of rule number 3. Is this point clear, bacha? So this is the effect of that particular proviso. So this is very, very important calculation, and most of the students, they have confusion with respect to this particular calculation of rule 3, sir. So what I will do, sir, because people have confusion, this video I will also put on YouTube, sir. Okay, so please, if at all your friends are there, you can share this video with your friends also, sir. And people who are watching this video on YouTube, sir, please comment and please give your feedback how you have interpreted this. What was your understanding before this video and what was your understanding now, sir? Clear hai bacha? So I hope this question you might have noted down, and also the workings are done in the notebook, sir. So fair presentation, how you can do, sir? Fair presentation, you can simple say rule number 3, and you may draw 2 columns, sir. So this is calculation with respect to rate of dividend, and this is calculation with respect to amount. Then you may say 1, so this is rule 3, 1. You write down the entire provision here, sir, entire rule here, and then you do the calculation. Sub rule 2, entire provision, then you do the calculation, entire provision, then you do the calculation. Obviously here you will get something, sir. Here though you will not get anything. So here you will get some amount. Okay, some amount you will get in this case, sir. And last may 4th also. Okay, some amount you will get. So last may you should conclude, sir. So in case company want to declare maximum dividend out of the reserves, company has to comply with all the conditions which are given in rule 3. So in other words, company has to ensure that compliance of all the conditions are done, which is nothing but lowest of above 3 amounts. So lowest of above 3 amounts bolo, ya lowest of above 3 rates bolo. So you can tell this is the maximum rate of dividend, and this is the maximum amount which company can declare as dividend, sir. I hope this is clear, sir. Okay, now so I'll just end up this video, but before leaving this video, ek zabardast question I would like to ask you people, sir. Okay, now so company declares dividend. Company declares dividend, sir. Okay, that is rate of dividend. Now amount you have to calculate, sir. Sir, this rate of dividend whatever you are declaring, sir, this rate of dividend whatever you are proposing, sir, ये जो rate of dividend है, मतलब should you put this on paid up share capital or fair value, sir? Paid up share value or fair value of the shares? मतलब just now in calculation we have done for paid up share capital because paid up share capital was proposed. But imagine a scenario in exam, if it मतलब they mention fair value of the book value of the shares, and also they talk about paid up share capital, sir. Then whatever that 5% you will apply on what? Paid up share capital or on fair value, sir? Question mark, sir. Okay, on what, sir? So you may ask me, sir, what difference it makes? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Let's see क्या फर्क पड़ता है, sir. Sir, imagine Mr. A is a shareholder and Mr. B is a shareholder. Okay, sir, he is a shareholder of XYZ Limited and he is a shareholder of ABC Limited, sir. Or let's say both are same company only, sir, so that comparison will become easy, sir. Okay, now sir, company ka now Mr. A is holding, say for example 10,000 shares. Okay, जिसका fair value is 10 rupees. So obviously 1 lakh shares he is holding. This is the face value of the share, sir. Sir, paid up value is also 10. So paid up value is also 10. So nothing is pending, sir. So fully paid up it is, sir. Mr. B is also holding 10,000 shares. So face value what he is holding is 1 lakh rupees. But paid up is only 5, sir. So in other words, he has paid only 50,000. Okay, he has paid only 50,000, sir. Sir, remaining 50,000 company did not call and he did not pay. Company did not call, he did not pay, sir. Okay, so 50,000 is still pending, sir. So today company declares dividend of 5%. Company declares dividend of 5%. Now, sir, if you say dividend is to be declared on face value, so what will happen? Or for simplicity's sake, I will say 10%, sir. If you say that it should be declared on face value, that means 1 lakh share pay, 10% Mr. A will get, that will be around 10,000 rupees, sir. So 10,000 ka dividend Mr. A will get, sir. Can I say here also I will take 1 lakh only, sir? So that will be 10%, sir. Okay, so 1 lakh, sir. So both are getting same amount of dividend because you are giving the dividend on face value, sir. You are giving the dividend on face value. But if you say that dividend is to be given on paid up share capital, then ऐसे केस में again for him it does not differ because paid up share capital, paid up value and face value both are same. But can I say either for him it will make a huge difference, sir, because paid up value is only 50,000, sir. So ऐसे situation में he will get only 5,000, sir. Now I hope you understood the scenario, sir. So whenever company is declaring the dividend, sir, that rate of dividend company is proposing on what? Paid up share capital or on face value, sir. Now I cannot give you straightforward answer for this. Now my answer would be like this. So mostly it will be always on face value only, sir. It will be on face value of the share capital, sir. However, Section 51 of Companies Act is also there, sir. However, Section 51 of Companies Act is also there. So, एक बार I would like your kind attention for Section 51 of Companies Act. What does it say? Payment of dividend in proportion to amount paid up. A company may, obviously, again there is a discretion. A company may, if so authorized by articles. So, articles का permission is required. Pay dividends in proportion to amount paid upon each share, sir. So now what is that you have to infer from here, sir? Idhar gaya wo, which company we were talking about? XYZ Limited, sir. So my answer will be now like this, sir. XYZ Limited, sir. So this company will pay on face value only. This company will pay on face value only, provided nothing is mentioned on in their articles. However, XYZ Limited can pay on paid up share value. Can pay on paid up share value, provided they have mentioned the same in AOA. Okay, so can I say writing this in AOA will be very, very important for them. And if they do this, so can I say liability of the company will be reduced. Now company has to pay dividend only on paid up share capital, but not on what, sir? Face value, sir. So mostly it will be on face value only. However, if articles mention that company has to pay dividend on the paid up value, then as a situation where they have to pay on paid up value. And do you think this is allowed? Yes, because law is allowing this. Section 51 is allowing this, sir. Okay, so this was one important notings which you have to remember. So even though we are talking about section 123 se lekar 127, but can I say ek cross linking of section 51 was also required. Similarly, I gave you one cross linking of regulation number 80 in table F, which was saying that whenever rate of dividend is proposed, shareholders can declare dividend at the same rate or lower rate, but not higher rate, sir. So this inference you get from regulation 80, sir. So there's a reason, if you can recall, starting of the class mein I said what are the sources, matlab what you have to read whenever you are declaring a dividend. Do you think only section 123 se 127 if you read you will get entire thing? Answer is no. Can I say just now I have inferred section 51 also, sir. Just now I have inferred articles also. Agreed? So imagine if articles does not write anything of that kind, so can I say you will pay dividend based on face value only, sir. So can I say articles also you should read, sections also you should read, and rules also you should read, sir. Rules may, because you are touching the reserves, sir. Okay, so cross linking of various provisions are required. Okay, so next class onwards what we'll do, sir, all the explanation part, majority of the explanation part I have done for section 123, sir. Next class onwards we will read it from the material, sir. Okay, thank you very much.